Okay. Hi, I'm Melanie. I'm here with RhodesXRhodes, Jesse and Gabrielle, and we have some questions for them today. So, what is the story behind your band? How did you meet and how are you formed? I know it's on the Spotify
Um,
bio, but we'll just make it easy
it
for everyone.
yeah, it is. Well, and actually, what's funny is this whole project was actually really Gabrielle's brain baby.
Yeah.
This has been trying to get this to happen for many years. But we met at a studio, a recording studio that I was running. Well, one that I was working at like 9 years ago. Then we met again 5 years ago at a new studio. She was my client. We became really good friends, and our relationship kind of escalated from there. She jumped on to running the studio with me, and that ended up being like a year of kind of hell because the studio was. I don't recommend running a studio to anybody.
It was
Just
I thought I was gonna come with my like film background, who'd been like, I can executive produce, I can make this studio like top notch. Oh my gosh, don't do it, friends.
yeah. So we had to walk away from that, and because of that I had to like kind of take a break from music for a while. But we kind of pivoted to live streaming, right? So after a couple of years of that, we had a little bit of a following from just performing. We made some friends. That's where we met our new manager, Taylor. And yeah, I kind of we refound our way to music and decided to finally be like, all right, let's do it. Let's release some stuff. We've got people who want to hear things. Let's give it a
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
So I can tell the answer just by looking at you both because of what's behind you. But what else are you passionate about?
um,
I see some
well,
examples.
Yeah.
we're not big nerds.
No.
There's a whole bunch of wall art over there that hasn't even gone up yet, but we're not gonna get into. But yeah, one of the things that we bonded over in the beginning was The Legend of Zelda. It's kind of
Yeah.
been a very like a childhood staple.
Yeah, I used to come to the studio after hours, and we would also watch Korra from the Avatar: The Last Airbender series.
Legend of
Yeah,
Korra.
The Legend of Korra. So yeah, we used to sit there just, bonding over that and not doing enough work. And like, well, let's order takeout and watch Korra, and then we'll get to work. We didn't end up getting to work very often. So yeah, we definitely bonded over the nerding times. I made him set up my N64 in my bedroom because I could not figure it out, just like I couldn't figure it out. Anyways, so yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, nerd stuff. I mean, I'm a gamer. Your film background is still
Yeah.
kicking.
Yeah. I'm a film cinephile. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, I mean, as you can see, we do have our intersections because there's really amazing programming and nerd programming now going together with all the Disney Plus stuff. It's kind of crazy. So we've got, yeah.
That's great. How would you describe your sound? Like, what would you say for fans of, what are your influences?
Yeah.
Sound?
This is a fun question. We've been getting asked a lot recently, and I think I give a different answer every time. But definitely fun, indie pop, kind of retro 80s inspired. Yeah.
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 I don't know, as far as artists that we probably sound the most like, I don't know.
I don't know, because I guess we're also a little eclectic with the sound. I mean, we grew up on a lot of 80s classics due to our parents. Like my mom had me listening to The Cure, Prince, OMD, like all the British pop bands from back in the day.
I had Michael Jackson, George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers. So we got a little more rock. I think you got more of the pop with your mom. I got more of like the rock, like AC/DC, Led Zeppelin,
Right.
all of that, Guns N' Roses. You know, I was standing on the hood of my dad's car singing one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer at like 4 years old, to my mother's dismay, of course. But yeah, it was a good song, you know.
You know, it keeps it classy.
So I guess that would be your influences, what you grew up on.
Yeah, most of them. I guess on top, I've been listening to a lot of. Oh my
You're
gosh,
obsessed with Dayglow right now.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with Dayglow right now. I discovered him a couple of years ago, and
I think he's got a small crush.
I do.
Small crush.
Maybe a little bit. Like, would I work with that guy? Absolutely, 1000% in a heartbeat. He wouldn't have to pay me. I'd probably pay him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that was, his sound is definitely a big influence, especially on this first record, because when we were producing it, I was listening to a lot of him, which is kind of this throwbacky analog synthy 80s sound.
Right.
So.
Okay. So your first single is called Take This Fast. And what is that about?
It is really about the beginning stages of a romance, budding romance, where you're kind of not sure if it's gonna go, if it's not gonna go, and sort of all of the stopping and starting, and the idea that we just kind of, you know, especially it does sort of look back at us, which we did take things. We're like, all right, head first, let's dive in. So it is a little bit autobiographical in that way, as well as, you know, I think we can all identify with that, not only in a romantic setting, but also in a lot of your life settings, as we are just coming out of a pandemic and starting to get life back on track. It kind of you know, harkens to that idea of getting shit going again, you know?
Yeah,
definitely. So what are you working on right now?
Right now, we always have a few different songs on deck at once. Right now, the one that's the most complete is a cover of a deep cut Disney cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with the Goofy movie from the early 90s. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, we're gonna be releasing a little tribute to Powerline.
Oh wow.
In a little bit. Yeah, we got to perform it a couple weeks ago in North Carolina when we did this big event where we got to perform Take This Fast. So we closed out with Powerline, and I think it went well, and that was the moment where we were like, okay, we should probably just release this.
Yeah, it was so much
for that.
So yeah, we're definitely going to be releasing that soon, and we do have a number of other songs that are in the works. So, you know, we're an at-home studio, as you can see. So we just get to kind of put in way too many hours and never walk away.
Yeah.
Well, assuming nothing else is happening, because let's be real, our lives are still all sorts of chaos. But you know, it's finding the time and scheduling the time to actually sit down and do it without distractions, especially us being two ADHD children, easily distracted. So we got to find those moments of hyper focus. Oh my gosh! Speaking of which, your cat,
I just
so cute.
Saw the cat too, and for a second I thought it was our cat, and I was like, wait a minute, what are they doing back there? Wait a minute. Oh, that's very cute. Very cute.
Yeah, she is. Where were you guys at in North Carolina?
In like Lexington area.
That's really close to me, actually. I didn't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, our manager is from North Carolina. That's Taylor, who is speaking. So yeah, we actually wrote a significant portion of Take This Fast at her home in North Carolina.
That's great.
Oh yeah, it was mostly recorded at her mostly recorded at her house.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So
That and also a blanket for it.
and a blanket for it.
Wow.
Yeah, this is all viewable in the unofficial making of video that we put out
Yeah.
on all our
Okay.
socials. Yeah, this song went on quite a production journey. Basically went on a mini tour.
It did go on a tour. It started in Vegas and then went like literally everywhere in Southern California and then
LA, San Diego, North Carolina,
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs also was in there.
Yeah.
All right. That is actually all I had for you. I'm so excited to hear Powerline though.
Right. Yeah, that's always the kicker. I mean, it gets us all in the nostalgia.
Yeah. I love the whole story you have. I love the love and the nerdy aspect. It's perfect.
Thank
you.
I look forward to seeing what you guys have coming. Thanks for your time today.
Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah,
All right.
pleasure.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.